Hello there.
A New Hope, 1977.
I said all systems have been alerted to your presence, sir. The main entrance seems to be the only way in or out. All other information on your level is restricted.
Open up in there. Open up in there.
This movie opens with a rebel ship being boarded by a tyrannical Darth Vader. Luke Skywalker stays with his aunt and uncle on a farm in Tatooine. He's desperate to get off this planet and get to the academy like his friends, but his uncle needs him for the next harvest. Meanwhile, an evil emperor has taken over the galaxy and has constructed a formidable Death Star capable of destroying whole planets. Princess Leia, a leader of the resistance movement, acquires plans for the Death Star, places them in R2-D2, a droid, and sends him off to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Before he finds him, R2-D2 ends up on the Skywalker's farm with his friend C-3PO. R2-D2 then wanders into the desert, and when Luke follows, they eventually come across Obi-Wan. The plot then follows the life of a simple farm boy, Luke Skywalker, as he and his newly met allies Han Solo, Chewbacca, Obi-Wan Kenobi, C-3PO, and R2-D2 attempt to rescue Princess Leia from the clutches of the Empire. The conclusion is culminated as the rebels, including Skywalker and flying ace Wedge Antilles, make an attack on the Empire's most powerful and ominous weapon, the Death Star. The Empire Strikes Back, 1980.
I'll never join you! If you only knew the power of the dark side.
The Empire Strikes Back is widely regarded as one of the greatest sequels of all time. After the initial battle on the frozen planet Hoth, Luke heads to begin his Jedi training with Yoda, while Han Solo and Princess Leia head to Cloud City to meet with Han's old friend Lando Calrissian. But Han and Leia are betrayed and then used as bait by Vader to lure Luke. It all culminates in a showdown between Vader and Luke and ends with a twist. In the movie, while Luke undergoes Yoda's rigorous lessons, he has a vision of Han and Leia in danger and agony. Upon their arrival at Cloud City, Han's party was captured by Darth Vader, along with Boba Fett, who tracked them to Cloud City. When Luke landed at Cloud City, he's lured into the carbon freezing chamber, where he meets Vader, and a ferocious lightsaber duel ensues. After a desperate chase from Imperial troops, Leia, Chewbacca, Lando, and the two droids make their escape on the Millennium Falcon. During the fight, Vader informs Luke that he does not yet know the truth about his father. Luke claims that Vader killed him. Vader answers, "No, I am your father."
I am your father.
Did you know that the lightsaber noise comes from the familiar hum of an old television? The noise a lightsaber makes is created by combining the hum of an old television's picture tube and the buzz of a film projector's motor. Return of the Jedi, 1983.
No. Go, my son. Leave me.
No, you're coming with me.
Here, Luke Skywalker battles horrible Jabba the Hutt and cruel Darth Vader to save his comrades in the Rebel Alliance and triumph over the Galactic Empire. Han Solo and Princess Leia reaffirm their love and team with Chewbacca, Lando Calrissian, the Ewoks, and androids C-3PO and R2-D2 to aid in the disruption of the dark side and defeat the evil Emperor. The Empire is more than halfway through the construction of the new Death Star, almost twice as big, but more than twice as powerful. When completed, it will spell certain doom for Luke Skywalker and the Rebels. Han Solo is a prisoner of crime lord Jabba the Hutt, and Princess Leia soon finds herself in the gangster's hands. Luke Skywalker, aided by C-3PO and R2-D2, makes his way into Jabba's palace, hoping to secure his friend's freedom. But Jabba has no intention of doing so and tries to kill them all. After escaping from Jabba in the sands of Tatooine, they regroup with the Rebel fleet, which is massing for an attack against the new satellite battle station at Endor. Lando Calrissian is pressured into action to lead the Rebel fighter attack, while Han is put in charge of a group of soldiers to take out the shield generator protecting the Death Star. However, Luke Skywalker surrenders to Darth Vader's soldiers on Endor and is taken in front of Vader's master, Emperor Palpatine, on the Death Star for final corruption to the dark side of the Force. The fleet of Imperial Star Destroyers ambushes the rebels, cutting them off. Worse, the new Death Star begins turning its giant laser on the Rebel carriers. It appears that nothing will stop the Emperor's triumph unless things start to change quickly. The Phantom Menace, 1999. As imminent conflict brews between the powerful Trade Federation and the peaceful planet of Naboo, Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi travel to Naboo to warn the Queen of the galactic fallout which is to follow. Eventually, Naboo is invaded, forcing the Jedi to evacuate the planet with the Queen and her court. They travel to the desert planet of Tatooine, where they meet a slave boy named Anakin Skywalker, who is one with the Force. They enlist his help in fighting the war, while the Jedi confront one of the Dark Jedi behind the invasion, Darth Maul, while his master Darth Sidious continues to lead the invasion as a phantom behind the scenes. Attack of the Clones, 2002. Set 10 years after the events of The Phantom Menace, the Republic continues to be mired in the strife and chaos. A separatist movement encompassing hundreds of planets and powerful corporate alliances poses new threats to the galaxy that even the Jedi cannot stem. These moves, long planned by a yet-to-be-revealed and powerful force, lead to the beginning of the Clone Wars and the beginning of the end of the Republic. Padme Amidala is now a senator representing her homeworld. A faction of political separatists led by Count Dooku attempts to assassinate her. There are not enough Jedi to defend the Republic against the threat, so Chancellor Palpatine enlists the aid of Jango Fett, who promises that his army of clones will handle the situation. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan Kenobi continues to train the young Jedi Anakin Skywalker, who fears that the Jedi Code will forbid his growing romance with Amidala. Meanwhile, Anakin and Amidala fall in love with each other, and he has nightmarish visions of his mother. They travel to his home planet Tatooine to see his mother, and he discovers that she has been abducted by Tusken Raiders. Anakin finds his mother dying, and he kills all of the Tusken tribe, including the women and the children. Revenge of the Sith, 2005.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
It's been 3 years since the Clone Wars began. Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker rescue Chancellor Palpatine from General Grievous, the commander of the droid armies. However, Grievous escapes. Suspicions are raised within the Jedi Council concerning Chancellor Palpatine, with whom Anakin has formed a bond. Asked to spy on the Chancellor and full of bitterness towards the Jedi Council, Anakin embraces the dark side. As Obi-Wan pursues a new threat, Anakin acts as a double agent between the Jedi Council and Palpatine and is lured into a sinister plan to rule the galaxy. The Republic, with the help of the Jedi, take on Count Dooku and the Separatists. With the new threat rising, the Jedi Council sends Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker to aid the captured Chancellor. Anakin feels he's ready to be promoted to Jedi Master. Obi-Wan is hunting down the Separatist General Grievous. When Anakin has future visions of pain and suffering coming Padme's way, he seeks Master Yoda for counsel. The Jedi Order is on the brink of collapse, and Anakin Skywalker no longer believes in the wisdom of his master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Did you know that Yoda has no determined species? Yoda's species has never been named.
A mystery, it is.
The Force Awakens, 2015.
I'll show you the dark side.
You may try.
The first Star Wars film made by Disney after it purchased the franchise is set 30 years after the Return of the Jedi. There's a new conflict emerging between the budding Republic, led by Leia Organa Skywalker, and the First Order, which rose from the ashes of the Empire. Caught between all this is a young girl named Rey, who seems to be really strong with the Force. When critical information is placed into a simple droid, both the evil First Order and the heroic Resistance go searching for it. Then something neither of them planned for happens. Rey, a scavenger from the planet Jakku, finds the droid and keeps it as her own. Finn, an ex-stormtrooper who hopes to leave his past behind him, crosses paths with her and breaks the news of what exactly the importance of the droid is. The next thing either of them knows is that they're on the run in order to withhold the droid from the First Order. They meet a pair of old buddies, and after a few skirmishes between them and the determined First Order, the droid is brought to the Resistance base. There, multiple plans are hatched against the First Order, while the secret information on the droid is slowly and surely working itself out. Did you know that the phrase, "I have a bad feeling about this," or "I have a very bad feeling about this," is said in every Star Wars movie? The Last Jedi, 2017.
Reach out.
I feel something.
You feel it?
Yes, I feel it.
That's the Force.
Really?
Wow, it must be really strong
Oh,
with
I've
you.
never felt any... Ow!
After tracking down Luke Skywalker, Rey's next challenge is convincing him to train her. Luke is unwilling due to his failures with Kylo Ren. Meanwhile, the remaining Republic forces are on the verge of total annihilation thanks to the First Order, leaving Rey and Luke as their only hope. Jedi Master in hiding Luke Skywalker unwillingly attempts to guide the young hopeful Rey in the ways of the Force, while Leia, a former princess turned general, attempts to lead what is left of the Resistance away from the ruthless tyrannical grip of the First Order. Following the Battle of Starkiller Base, General Leia Organa leads Resistance forces to flee Dakar when a First Order fleet arrives. Poe Dameron leads a costly attack that destroys a First Order dreadnought, but after the Resistance escapes to hyperspace, the First Order tracks them and attacks the Resistance convoy. Kylo Ren, Leia's son, hesitates to fire on the lead Resistance ship after sensing his mother's presence. But his wingmen destroy the bridge, killing most of the Resistance leadership and incapacitating Leia, who survives by using the Force. Disapproving of new leader Vice Admiral Holdo's passive strategy, Poe helps Finn, BB-8, and mechanic Rose Tico embark on a secret mission to disable the First Order's tracking device. The Rise of Skywalker, 2019.
I sense unease about my appearance. Prepare to crush any worlds that defy us.
The film sees the return of Emperor Palpatine as Kylo Ren's First Order and the rebels, led by Rey, prepare a final confrontation on the planet known as Exegol. While the First Order continues to ravage the galaxy, Rey finalizes her training as a Jedi, but danger suddenly rises from the ashes as the evil Emperor Palpatine mysteriously returns from the dead. While working with Finn and Poe Dameron to fulfill a new mission, Rey will not only face Kylo Ren once more, but she will also finally discover the truth about her parents, as well as a deadly secret that could determine her future and the fate of the ultimate showdown that is to come. Subscribe if you love evolution videos as much as we do.